guys, it's Flippin Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Today we're going to make banana bread, more specifically banana muffins. This is a really simple recipe with just a few ingredients. It makes making banana bread so simple and easy that you will find yourself doing what I do. And I don't wait for my bananas to go bad and then go, oh, I have bad bananas, I'm going to make banana bread. I specifically buy more bananas than I need when I'm at the store, and then put them in a bag in the pantry so that they will ripen faster so I can make banana bread. And if you didn't know that little tip, it's a brown paper bag. You can put your bananas in there and put it in the pantry and they'll ripen quicker. And the recipe calls for 3 to 4 bananas. I have 6. So I'm actually going to make a double recipe. But I will tell you the original recipe as I go. You're going to need 3 to 4 bananas, 1 cup white sugar, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of melted butter, 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. That's it. That's all this recipe calls for. Again, I will be doubling it. And I don't make banana bread. Well, I'm going to today because I'm doubling the recipe. I like to make muffins. I have these little silicone cups. I like to make muffins because once they're cooled, after they're out of the oven, I pop the muffins out of these little cups. They're, like I said, they're silicone. You can wash them and reuse them. I pop them out of there and put them in either a Ziploc bag or an airtight container, and I put them in the freezer. And then whenever Keith and I, or the kids, want a banana bread or banana muffin, you just take 1 or 2 out and throw them in the microwave for like 15 to 30 seconds. And they're warm and hot and delicious and taste like they just came fresh out of the oven. And they stay in the freezer for about a month before they kind of get like frost burny tasting, like that gross freezer taste. They don't really last a month very often. I think there was one time they got pushed behind something and we thought they were all gone, and I found them and they were kind of ugh. But usually they go pretty fast, and Keith can take one in the morning and heat it up, eat it on his way to work. But because I'm doubling it, I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot of batter, so I'm going to fill up my muffin cups, and then if I have more, I'll go ahead and make an actual traditional banana bread. And this, I will slice it once it's cooled and put half of it in the fridge to eat now, and the other half I'll freeze. So we're going to get started. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 325. Click, my old oven. And then you want to mash your bananas up real good. I almost threw that on the floor. Oh, I don't bake that often, so you guys are really going to see me do more cooking and like crock pot recipes. I don't really bake. Banana bread's like the one thing that I do bake often, just because I love to freeze the muffins and take them out and eat them. So I don't have a mixer. Number one, I don't think I make enough things or bake enough things that I want to get a mixer. But my mom and my grandma, they always did everything by hand, and that was how I grew up learning, and that's how I do it. Someday I might get a mixer, but I don't do enough stuff that requires one, you know? So I take a wooden spoon and I just mash my bananas. Oh, you can see my cheat sheet. But yeah, I will take this and type it out for you guys and put it in the description box down below. So I'm going to go ahead and mash these up. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. So I will be right back with the next step. Alright guys, I have all the bananas mashed up, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is to combine the mashed bananas with the butter, the sugar, and your egg. I've already melted my butter down. I have a 1/2 cup because I doubled the recipe. And I just stick it in here and melt it in the microwave. I've heard people say they like to do it on the stove, however you want to do it. I do apologize because I really don't know how to make this a vegan recipe. got the butter and stuff in it. I'm sure you guys have butter substitutes, ways of doing stuff, and I don't think this is keto friendly. This is fat people food, so it's banana bread. It's fat people food. Sugar. So if you guys didn't notice, R2D2 sitting here. He's actually measuring cups. Isn't he cute? So you are going to use 1 cup of sugar. I'm using 2. Dump it on in. Dump it on in. And then it calls for 1 egg. So again, I'll be using 2. Maybe my cameraman will hand me my eggs. Thank you. We always buy these big 18 packs of eggs because I eat like eggs for breakfast every morning and boiled eggs at lunchtime in my salads and stuff. I'm going to put them in there. I might need that later. Alright, so now I'm just going to mix all this good stuff together, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. So I've got the, I call that the wet mixture because it's all the liquid ingredients. That is done. So we're going to move on to the dry. You're going to want 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I reckon this could be replaced with a more healthy flour if you want it. But I just use the all-purpose. Like I said, this isn't a healthy food at all, but it is something that we like to eat once in a while. Keith eats more of it than I do. It's got better metabolism, I think. I'm doing 3 cups because I doubled this. And we're almost done. I mean, this recipe is really so super easy. It doesn't have a lot of ingredients. It's really quick to make, and you can double it, triple it, whatever, if you want to make a lot. So we're going to need 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 of baking soda. Again, I'll be using 2. I will, like I said, type out the original recipe and put it in a Google Doc and link it down below for you. I'm a really messy baker and cook. I'll link it down below for you, and it'll be the original one that just makes the 1 batch, and then you can double it. You can half it even if like you wanted to just make 6 muffins. If you're like single and you live by yourself and you just wanted 6 muffins, you could half the recipe. But it's so super easy, and there's not a lot of ingredients. So now I just mix the dry stuff all together, just to make sure that this stuff gets mixed in with the flour. And then I will sift it in just a little bit at a time. Maybe if you're using an electric mixer, you could dump it all in and try to get it to move about. But I find that if you dump all the flour into the liquid, it's really hard to get it mixed in. So I just do, just making a mess. I just do a little bit at a time, probably about half, and then I just kind of stir forever because I refuse to get an electric mixer because apparently I live in 1886. But anyways, I'm going to get all this mixed into here, and then I will be back to show you the next step. Alright, so I have the dry mix mixed into the liquid mix. Real good here. So the next step is to just spray your muffin cups or your bread pan, whatever you're using. You can use any kind of spray you want. I just get like the Walmart brand, the butter flavor. But I fry my eggs in too. I really like it. And I'll spray this real quick. And then what I'll do is spoon this in here like 3/4 of the way full, just like cupcakes or other muffins. And then once I have these all filled, I will dump the remaining batter into the bread pan, have a loaf of banana bread, and then they will go into the oven for about an hour. I always start at an hour And then you want to put like a toothpick or a knife in the middle. And if it comes out clean, then it's done. And if not, I do like 5-minute increments, just so I make sure I don't burn it. So yeah, I'll just stick a knife or a toothpick in the middle. It's not done, 5 minutes more until it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all these cups in my pan and toss them in the oven, and I'll see you in an hour. Hey guys, so it's been about an hour and the muffins are definitely done. The banana bread, when I put the knife in the middle, did not come out clean. It's kind of still a little bit raw right in the center. So I'm going to put that back in for 5 minutes. But the muffins are done. And then I'm going to let them cool, but that's all I do. They pop. These are really nice. You guys should get some silicone muffin cups. But yeah, I just pop them out like that, and then I'll put them in Ziploc bags in the freezer. And you can take them out and microwave them for like 15 to 30 seconds, depending on how many you have. And it tastes like it just came out of the oven, nice, warm, and fresh. And then the banana bread, like I said, I'll slice that and freeze it as well. And we can just take out a piece and microwave it when we want it. So that is my easy banana bread. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have a different variation of banana bread, let me know down below. I like banana bread. It's like one of my favorite things. So if you guys have additions or different things that you do, I want to try them out. And like the video if you would. I'd appreciate it. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Flippin Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.